This is again just
It
real
seems
quick.
like it's okay,
Yeah.
actually. No, it
Okay,
seems
that's
fine.
good.
Um, it's different than what I'm used to seeing, though. So okay, let me.
It's just, you can see how bad I am with my camera now, but it's fine. I'm sure.
Yeah. Can you pause, or do you have the same controls that we normally do? Okay, cool.
I can't move the
Um,
camera around though, but I can pause it.
yeah.
Do you
Okay.
want me to just? Okay, I don't mind if you want to stream League if that's easier.
No, no, no. This is totally fine. I just want to make sure we're addressing the most important things too. I noticed that there's timers. Okay. Um, are we able to see your rune choices in this?
No,
No.
I can tell you what they are.
I mean, I can also tell what they are mostly. It um, looks like you went like, I'm guessing lethal tempo, taste of blood. What else did you go? Oh,
I was wondering if I could see it, but no, you can't. You can see your items, but I can't see
hmm.
my things,
Okay.
my runes.
Regardless, like let's just start with like how the game started, right? So, what are
Uh
maybe
huh.
some things that you're planning for? What are some things that you're considering? Did you see Yone before they pick their champion, or is this something that you're just trying to learn in general?
I'm just trying to learn Yone. I've only been playing him for like 2 days now, so I'm still
Okay,
pretty mid on Yone. Because
okay,
I've literally been one tricking Kiana for like 4 months now,
yeah,
and I was like, oh, let me learn some other because she's like, I don't
mm,
like the new update. She feels so bad to play, so I'm like, let me play someone else for a bit.
gotcha.
So yeah, I
Okay,
just started learning him. So yeah,
okay,
I'm kind of limit testing quite a lot, but yeah.
yeah. I guess the main
Um,
question I had was that by picking Yone, I didn't know when you picked it, but you're throwing your team into a full AD comp. So it's something to
yeah.
consider when you're thinking about your build path, and then also like going into the mid game. Do they have tanks that you have to worry about? Like, how do you want to play that mid game out? So that's why I was
Yeah.
asking.
Okay.
Yeah. Um. Okay, but I mean that's fine. Let talk me through your game plan. Talk me through early levels
My
and what else
mindset.
you're thinking about. Yeah.
Uh, Syndra. I hate Syndra. She's OP. So I was thinking, I'm just gonna destroy her because I'm the best Yone. And I was thinking as well,
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of on autopilot this game, but
Mm.
I was like, oh, Renata Glasgow's there. Let me go down to that bush there and wait just in case something bad happens.
Okay.
That's all
So
I was thinking.
beyond that, how about the matchup itself? Like, what are you thinking about the matchup? Like, how do
Uh,
you think the
okay,
next
wait.
like 5 minutes are gonna play out? Essentially.
I need to make sure I'm dodging her E with my E,
Okay.
so that I can like destroy her. And I don't want her to get a big lead because then it's Syndra, so it's over if she gets a big lead. But I don't really know my matchups that well on Yone or like my
Hmm.
itemization.
Okay. Explain that to me. What do you mean by if Syndra gets a big lead?
Let's say she's got
Yeah.
150 CS, she's got like 10 kills, she's
Okay.
got like 4 items. The game's over. It's over. As we'll
Okay.
see in this game, she's unstoppable
Mm-hmm.
because it's Syndra, so she obviously scales very well. She does a lot of, and I think she's the only AP on their team as well, which makes her do like, she the mental, like she just does more magic damage.
Hmm. Okay. So I guess the first thing I want to talk about is let's zoom out a little bit, right? Like I think regardless of who your opponent is playing, if they have 200 CS and 10 kills, they're going to be scary, right? Like it doesn't matter if she's playing
Mhm.
Syndra,
Yeah.
if she's playing Oriana, if they're playing Victor, like that's going to be scary no matter what. So I guess I wanted to hear more about like, okay, you're Yone, right? So
Hmm.
as Yone, how does the early stages of the lane need to go? Like what are your goals for the early parts of the laning phase versus a Syndra? What are you trying to do?
Trying to, I'm trying to kill her because I have ignite and she has TP, so I want to
Okay.
kill her.
Okay. Um, are you? Let's say you have equal skill. Okay. Let's say your opponent
Hmm.
is just as good
Yeah.
as you. Uh, do you think that you're reliably going to be able to kill a Syndra?
No,
Why not?
because she can always just push me off her with her E, and
Mm-hmm.
it's melee into range, so she always like she has an innate advantage. I feel
Yeah.
in the mid lane.
Mm-hmm. So I actually would generally agree if you're equal skill it's a little bit harder to kill the range champion, right? Because if they tether your range well, you're never going to be able to actually jump on her unless she's wasting her stun or you're dodging her stun. So there's a level of like outplay that needs to be considered. But also, what I wanted to get at was that Yone isn't the strongest in the early game.
Yeah.
He kind of needs items. He needs like his ultimate, and he needs a few points into his E to really start being more effective, right? Because the E is what
Yeah.
leads to
Okay.
the
Yeah.
damage pop, right? So like levels 1 through 6, almost your role is really just like how do I mitigate how much I get pushed in, how much experience do I gain, how do I
Okay. Yeah.
maximize the amount of CS I'm catching and get to those items. So actually I want to understand more like, okay, well, given the junglers, I don't know who the other jungler is actually because I can't see all the details here. But you have a
It's
Viego
Kane.
and he has a Kane. Okay, perfect, right?
Yeah.
So even that's kind of better for you. And Syndra went tier. You don't know these things yet, but what you want to think about is like so the matchup itself. Syndra has very strong poke, right? Like her Q
Hmm.
is a low cooldown. She can cast it while moving, and she outranges you. So it's
Yeah.
not like you can't really proc Taste of Blood that effectively.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
true.
so actually, the most common secondary that Yones go is Second Wind, and
Yeah, I
especially
was,
yeah. Go ahead.
cause I was like, I was thinking in my head, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna outplay her and I'll have blood first, so I'll like take all her life and I'll win. But I probably should have gone second win, like being smart.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Taste of Blood is terrible, right? Like there's no like bad
Yeah,
rune
yeah, yeah.
necessarily. It's just it depends on if you're playing. Like it sounds to me like you're focusing on that early game, and Taste of Blood is okay, like going into the later game. But it also kind of tells you that like your build path might not need lifesteal until later. So there's a few things to think about when you go Taste the Blood. But anyways,
Okay, yeah.
um, okay, cool. Let's just start by playing and then see how it goes. I think the fact that there's a Kane on the other side is also plays to your advantage. I can't see his runes, but
Would you rather me look at like this or like drawing it full screen? I think like this
um
might be better because we can see everyone's items, but I don't know.
so what's important to me is in the early game, I want to watch your micro and your
Okay,
decision making. So let's
let's just watch
focus
me
on
then.
you. When it
Yeah.
gets into the mid game and whatnot, then we can think about skirmishing and
Okay.
2v2s and
Yeah, yeah,
things
yeah.
like that. Yeah. So let's just focus on you. Do you know what runes Kane went by any chance? Because that's important to consider here. And I want to
No.
ask you
I
if you
think he
know
went
why.
Conqueror though.
Okay.
Conqueror equals red cane.
Yeah.
First strike equals blue cane.
So generally, yes, that's the rule. And so if he went Conquer, you know that means he's gonna focus mid top. And so
Hmm.
that's something to think about.
Oh
Anyways,
yeah, that's actually I don't really think about that, but yeah, that's true.
yeah, because he wants those melee points ASAP. So
Very intense mid gameplay here.
well, so far you've eaten 2 Qs, so that's what I'm
Shut up!
watching.
I'm not very good. No, it's fine. It's fine. Actually, I'm so good at Yone. We'll see later.
No, it's fine. I mean, again, it's like you're asking me for opportunities to improve, so that's what I'm looking
Yeah,
for.
yeah, yeah,
So,
of course, yeah.
yeah.
No one saw that.
I don't see a wooden pixel brush.
That's so true.
L macro from you there.
You mean micro?
Same thing, bro.
It's on the same thing. Oh my god, why am I? No, just ignore the CSing, please. I'm not usually this bad at CSing. You see that cold level up timer? It's genius play by me.
Okay. let's pause and then rewind to kind of the beginning of laning phase.
Holy moly.
Yeah, I want to dissect all of it, right? Because all those things
Okay, yeah.
pile up, you know, and
Yeah,
that's how you
yeah.
build those small advantages. So how do you think that the first minute went overall
What, of the game or of the lane?
of the lane? Yeah, of the lane.
Bad. No, it was bad.
Okay, and why? Yeah, tell me
I was
why.
missing so much CS, and I was also
Mhm.
I tried to do some like stupid like trade at the start, and I missed completely, and she like chunked me for like 200 health.
Mhm. Okay.
So yeah, that's why I think it was
S-
bad.
yeah. Um. So that brings me back to kind of like you went Taste of Blood and you went Doran's Blade, right? What that
Yeah.
tells me is that you want to play offensively, but you
Hmm.
can't really do that level 1, can you?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What do you need as Yone to play offensively? Like, what do you think you need?
My E
Right. So, given that, what level do you get your E?
level 3 or level 2. If I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if
You could do
I see some
two.
people if they have like max stat Q and they're like, okay, I go E second, and I jump on them. That's quite smart, but
You could do
I don't know.
E level 2 or 3. That's totally fine. I think that's fine. But
Yeah.
given the way the lane is going, what happens, right? Like, do you get pushed in? Are you taking harass? It seems like you're doing kind of a few things. You're not committing to what you want as a plan. Like, it seems like you don't have a plan. That's the main thing I'm trying to highlight here, right?
Okay.
Your plan is you want to jump on Syndra aggressively when you get your E, okay? So the main thing you want to do here is focus on just like trimming the wave because Syndra is very clearly pushing into you. But you don't want to be in a situation where she's like close to level 3 and you're barely like level 2, right?
Yeah.
So that's what you want to plan for, okay? Um,
Yeah.
Given that, let's like I think you eat a bunch of Qs, and I want to contest like where are you standing when you're eating those Qs. Let's press play. So the first one was kind of free. She got some first strike off of you. That one I would say is just a good Q on her part. I don't think there's any fault with where you were standing. But starting kind of here,
Okay. This is actually a genius play. I was standing because I was like, if I stand in the minions, she's gonna shove the wave towards me because I didn't want to shove the wave under her tower because then I'm like, then I can't do anything. So I was like, if I
well,
stand in the minions, she's gonna Q me and then she'll like shove it towards me.
I mean, arguably sure, but okay, all right. So let's rewind and see if that actually is what's happening. Okay, like let's rewind. Yeah, press play. What's happening right now? Actually,
If no one touches it, I think it's just gonna stay in the middle.
it's actually kind of pushing towards her, but now she's pushing back.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Mm-hmm. But actually, she could have punished you on that level too, and she chose not to. So I guess what I was trying to say is like you're actually standing in your minion wave, which is not exactly where you want to be.
Yeah, because
See
if I stand in the
now,
minion wave, doesn't it mean like? Because if you stand in it, can't you like hit me and also clear the way for like free?
exactly. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah, that
basically
makes sense.
telling her push on me, get level advantage, and damage me at the same time, which is she can accomplish by throwing a single Q, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. So the other thing I want to challenge is actually you leveled up your W really early there. Um, if we go back to when you chose W, it was like immediately, you know?
Yeah, I don't usually do this, but I was just like,
Okay.
I just want W. I was like, oh, let me just get W because I don't think I'm gonna get on her.
Okay, that's fine. So then right now, if you were to use W, you really wouldn't get much of a shield, would you? You want to be
No.
closer. So if you're gonna go the W route, you want to at least make sure that like you're gonna be getting a good W out of it, right? Because I think the W is
Okay.
bigger based on like how many what's the word?
enemies hit, isn't
enemies,
it? I
right?
think.
So right
Yeah.
now you're like not really in range to get a good W off. You're
Yeah.
only gonna
Okay.
get the base value of it. So like, there's two things that didn't happen, and that's in your favor. Syndra didn't punish you, and you also weren't close enough for a W. That's fine. All right, let's continue. I think that if you had not leveled up and gotten E at that point, which is one way to play Yone, is like, you don't need that level 2 ability immediately. You could have actually jumped on her for a good trade there.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was good. And you punish, that's good too. This is good. One thing I would suggest, if we go, let's go back to that level 3 really quickly. Is there a way to slow down the replay when it's playing right now?
Yep.
Oh, awesome. Perfect. Okay, so right when you hit level 3, just on this next minion, I believe. There we go. Level up. Okay, notice one thing that you're doing. You're actually holding still right now. So you're actually not on top of her, maximizing the ability to hit your autos, right? Because Yone autos, his second auto does bonus damage, right? I think it's like, let me double check this so I tell you exactly. Right. So the first one just does 50% AD, and then Yone begins attacking with Seal Sword with Azakana, which deals 50% AD, 50% AD magic damage. I thought his second auto did more damage for some reason. Basic to alternate between. Okay.
I think it just does like extra magic damage or something.
That's what I thought, but it doesn't seem to be. I mean, you don't have any
okay.
AP, so it doesn't really matter. It does scale with AD. Anyways, so either way, my point still stands, right? So the main thing
I should
about...
be like moving.
Yeah, exactly. Because the thing about Yone Q is you can cast it while moving, right? So like, if you're on top of her right now, you would be doing, I don't know, maybe 2-3 more autos of damage, and then the pop.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So that's something I would recommend practicing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Me speed it up.
Yeah, now you can go back to normal speed. Like, you pause. Okay. Anyways, that's fine. Because you want to maximize that trade, because the next time you'll be able to do it is like 20 seconds, right? So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's an interesting choice. Okay, can I ask you why you took that Q? Let's go back. Why did you take this Q here? Yeah.
I thought she was gonna walk into it because I didn't think she would. I was like, oh,
okay.
She's an idiot. She's gonna walk into it, but then obviously it didn't work.
Yeah, I'm gonna contest that even more. Your E is also on cooldown, so like you're going in with half of your abilities.
Yeah.
So let's rewind a little bit. Go back to that Q right here, right? Okay. So press play. Yeah. Also, are you like trying to trim the wave or no? Like, what are you trying to do with this lane state here?
I just wanted to stay there.
Okay, I think that's fair. There's a few other things I want to point out. What do you think they are? If you're looking at this trade right now, is it a good trade or a bad trade? Apart from the fact
that
it's a
bad trade.
Let's pretend like you hit that Q. Is it a good trade or a bad trade?
The problem is the minions are gonna turn around and start like shooting me.
Yeah.
And then I'm really gonna lose the trade.
Right. And it gets worse.
What is it?
It gets worse because the other thing is it's a cannon. So that wave is actually going to continue pushing into you. So you're going to lose a ton of HP. You're not going to trim the wave. You're maybe going to do a little damage onto Syndra, but you'll lose the reverse return trade. You'll take the minion damage, and you'll lose the push. So now you're in
Okay,
a
yeah.
situation where if you play this out, actually, what's going to happen? I'm guessing you're going to be under tower with much lower HP. She should have just ran you down. Like, I would have just ran you down and killed you there, 100%.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, see, you're under tower with low HP.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so what are you thinking about at this stage of the game? Like, what are you planning for next? What do you...
I'm thinking in my head right now, I'm like, I want to EQ her, because I have Ignite, I really want to kill her.
Okay. Do you think you can one-shot her at this stage?
I think I can kill her.
Hmm.
With Ignite. Because she started tier, so I was like, oh, I'll probably kill her.
Okay, so you're focused on the kill, right? Okay,
Yeah.
there's one thing I want you to think about is what time is it in the game?
Time for the jungler to gank me.
Right. The jungler at 3:36 should have completed the scuttle, full cleared, and looking for a gank right now. If you were to go aggressive on Syndra, what are the chances Kane shows up? Right? It's 50-50. Either he shows up top or he shows up mid. He's not going to go bot.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
He cleared red to blue, so he's on that top scuttle right now. He's probably finishing it off. I don't know if there's a way to toggle the vision to see
No,
if
there
that's
isn't.
true. Okay, so we can't confirm that. But if we go back to the beginning, we kind of know that Kane probably started bot side. Kane's either
yeah.
start raids or red usually, especially in like silver. So
Yeah.
even though you could maybe kill her, is it worth it?
No.
I'm sure you try to. Let's see what happens.
I probably about to EQ and like miss and then recast E. Oh no, I didn't even go for it.
You didn't go for it. Okay.
She's very respectful of my third Q.
As she should be.
Yeah, as you should be.
You can close a lot of distance with that. So what's actually happening now? Oh, that's good.
What's happening? I was pinging Viego for a gank. I was like, oh, she saw her extended. She's an immobile mage. What's she gonna do if Viego comes? I'm Yone. Say it's over.
Yeah, she actually also blew her stun. So I think if you E'd forward, you would have been able to dodge and get on top of her. But that's okay. So right now your wave is also bouncing, right? Because your cannon is there. So what do you want to do here?
Let's go back a little bit.
Yeah.
Right here.
You can.
I want
you know
it to
this
like.
even. You know this even before, right? Because every third wave is a cannon wave. If you remember.
Yeah.
So if you knew this beforehand, what would you want to do here?
I just wanna. I want it because she's running low on mana and I have no mana, so I just want it to stay here. Because I want to keep trying to trade her and trying to fight her because eventually she'll run out of mana.
Okay.
And I've got Ignite.
Okay. I
think I just lasted it.
I think that's fair from a 1v1 perspective. You do have that. But I guess what I'm trying to get at is like, what are your goals and plan? What I'm going to continue asking you this every like chance we get, because I think what I'm understanding is you do want to kill her in the 1v1, and I understand that. But in a macro sense, what is your plan, right? Like, you want to push this wave out, you want to get her under tower, and then you might want to take a recall, get some items so you can kill her faster.
I don't want to. I don't want to because I don't want to push this wave in because I want to back and buy Berserk Greaves because that's such a big power spike for Yone. So I was like, I'd rather just stay here and fight her than back because if we both back, she obviously comes back with a.
Right.
She probably has a better back than me.
Yeah, so that's the second layer of thinking, right? You're thinking about the 1v1, right? 1v1, sorry. The second thing is you didn't get ganked by Kane, so maybe you can assume that he recalled or he's looking top or something like that. The third thing is you're thinking about your items, and that's important too, right? So you don't have much gold, but you could buy like a boots. And I think I would recommend boots here over damage. You said Berserker Greaves, and I totally agree with that. The reason being it helps you kind of maneuver, gap close.
Yeah, especially with like Syndra, I feel. Like you want to dodge those Qs.
Especially into range matchups, I think that's one of the best routes you can go. Honestly, I think prioritizing the kill is least important in this scenario. What's more important is actually seeing if you can push this wave in, denying her some CS, getting that CS, and getting your items so that you can kill her faster when you get to your level 6. Because it's more guaranteed at that phase, at that point.
Okay, so you think I should have shoved it in instead of like, because I was like, oh, I don't want to back on a bad bag, but I guess it doesn't really matter if I
Well,
kill
you
her
know she has
at
low
level
mana,
6.
right? So again,
Yeah.
I'm just laying out the best path forward, right? Like my plan here would be to actually shove this in, deny her some CS, get my gold, because you know she also has TP, right? So unless you
Yeah.
can kill her, you're not really accomplishing anything, right? Like let's say you do jump on her here, you chunk her to 30% HP. Does she care? No, she's just gonna recall and teleport back. So
Yeah, okay.
unless you can kill her for sure, which I don't think you can, I think it's better to plan for the next stage where once you get your boots, once you get some more items, it's easier to kill her. Anyways, let's press play.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah, I understand that, yeah.
Okay, now it's free. There you go. Good. And there's Kane.
Here I was thinking, like, should I back? But I was like, she has no mana. Let me stay. But I was being cautious of her level 6.
Yeah. Do you remember XP tracking? I think we might have talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like I try and like kind of guess it because I'm not like I haven't counted like every minion she's killed, but like I know she's like 5 or 4 minions off level 6, I think.
So you don't actually need to count. You just need to remember around what time and which wave, right?
What's it?
So level 6
Yeah, okay.
comes at wave number 9, which is around
Isn't it like 5:30? Yeah. Oh, see, I know.
That's good. So you actually have quite an amount of time before that happens. What's interesting to me is that Kane actually kind of late ganked you a little bit. That was interesting to me. He came from his bot side. Does that mean Viego didn't get any scuttle? Kane double scuttled him? Okay.
I think so,
I guess your jungler got gapped a little bit. All right. So so now you kind of know that Kane is below you, right?
Yeah. So I want to hog towards that top side there, which I think I do here. I hope.
Okay.
No, I'm just being an idiot, clearly.
I actually don't think you're being an idiot now because Syndra's completely out of mana. So now is actually probably
because here I was like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna back. I looked at, it, I was like, here comes a cannon wave. I was like, no. I'm gonna destroy her. I'm gonna kill her.
You know what's funny is that I actually agree with this, and there's one reason. There's only one reason because of that. One, it's a cannon wave, and she has no mana. So
yeah,
actually,
so she can't shove it in, can she?
So there's two ways to think about it, right? There's two options. One, did you crash the wave into the tower?
No.
No. So it's not
So
going to bounce. She actually held it there. So you kind of either want it to fully crash into the tower. You want to make sure you get the cannon. That's the most important thing, right? Because it helps your back.
Yeah.
And then you can back.
Because I was also thinking, I was thinking like I'm 200 gold off Berserker Greaves. I need to stay and get my Greaves because then it's going to be a bad bag.
Right.
I don't know about this ward. I was like, it's Kane, so he might gank me through this wall, so I thought I'd ward it.
Yeah, where did I recommend you normally ward?
Don't worry, I always put my control ward in the tri-bush. And I put my ward here on his raptors when I can.
Okay. So I would actually challenge that ward because remember Kane ganked you about a minute ago from bot side.
I thought he might like go to his red, go to his Croaks, and then re-gank me.
I don't think red has respawned yet. Because think about it from the perspective of Viego, right? So there's an easy way to check, is what I'm saying. So if you think that Kane went to Raptors, went to red, and went to Krugs, this tech, whatever software you're using, actually tells you all the information. First of all, it says 1 minute and 7 seconds on blue. So likely, that also means that Kane's red hasn't respawned.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I see.
Yeah. So you have that extra layer of information, and I actually think that ward doesn't tell you anything, right?
Okay, yeah.
Um,
We don't talk about this.
yep,
I thought I'd just go for it because I
uh,
thought. Actually, I don't think it's that bad. I was like, this was. I thought it might land, but sadly not.
it's pretty bad.
Because I saw not. No.
So let's
yeah,
let's
actually,
let's go back. Let's go back, right? And this will probably take practice. I'm not trying to shit on you by any means. It's just, so
Of
here are your
course.
6, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you ate the stun, and okay. So I think your instinct is to press E, regardless of the fact that you push in the wrong direction. Let's ignore that, right? Let's say you
Mhm.
save the E and just ate the stun. What if you eat after and ulted on top of her?
Yeah, that's true.
So
Because
you
then
have
I'd
to
be like on
make
top of her with E.
Yeah, you have to make that decision, right? What if you just ate that stun? Whatever, right? At least you would have your
Yeah.
E and your ult for the follow up. Actually, what I would have done is just either okay. The best case scenario is one, you E forward and dodge the stun, right? That's the best case scenario. The
Yeah, okay.
second one is you can eat the stun and then E ult her after, in which case you're definitely getting at least a flash, right? And maybe
Yeah,
a
okay.
kill. And maybe a kill because she actually has no mana, so you could flash after her, use your third Q and ignite. But you'd have to do it really
Yeah.
fast because you're going to be under tower.
Okay,
You
yeah.
actually took the worst case scenario where you ate the stun, you E'd backwards, and then used your ult. So what that actually means is when you come back, you're not going to have your ultimate.
Yeah.
Right? So and she still has her flash. So your next kill potential doesn't come for at least another minute to minute and a half. I forgot how long
Yeah,
this
okay,
cooldown is in the beginning. I think it's 120. So for the next 2 minutes, you have no kill
Can't do anything.
potential
Yeah,
on
yeah.
this Sidra.
Yeah. I was just because I had my third Q up and I was like, if I land this ult, she's definitely dead. So I was like, oh, let me just go for it.
Again, I saw the intention. It could have
Yeah,
been good.
maybe with another 200 games on Yone, it would have been crazy.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be eating backwards like that. Right now, this whole time, you should be zoning her off of this wave. Like, she should not be able to do any of this right now. So
I think I'm too scared of her right now. She has no mana, does she?
yeah, and I
I'm
don't
just scared because
know
I don't want her to ult me and
why.
kill me. Because I was thinking like if she, I know she doesn't have enough mana, but I guess
Okay.
in the game I was like, oh, she's just gonna RQE me and then I'm gonna be dead.
So this
So I
is
was
where the
thinking like, let me just
matchup
respect her.
knowledge comes into play. Syndra is a safe kind of what's the word? She's kind of a slow scaler. She's a pro play
Yeah.
champion, so
Yeah,
she's
oh
not
yeah.
like
Okay, I understand.
super strong right now. If she ults you, she's definitely not killing you. Plus, she has no mana to really follow that up. She can only get 3 orbs. She can't ignite you. Like that's
I'm just used to Syndra doing like 1 million damage. So yeah.
okay. I would recommend playing some Syndra games actually because I know she's
Okay,
popular
yeah.
right now too. Yeah. Okay.
I think this is a really good spot for me here, even though I have no ult. I was thinking it's good if she stays in the lane because she has no mana, so I can just keep bullying her.
I agree with this sentiment in general. Again, I would focus on pushing the lane into her tower because you're just kind of letting her get CS for free right now. One thing I don't know if we ever talked about is kind of this idea of body language. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
So your body language is full defensive this entire
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
It's full defensive. You haven't denied or pressured Syndra at all, in my opinion. Like, yes, you've contested her cooldowns, but in terms of like right now, like she's getting whatever she wants. She even held the previous wave a few minutes ago, right? Like I think a minute ago she held the wave there, and kind of just she's been sitting here with like 5% mana this whole time.
I
She
should
either
have
should
play
be
the
out of
game
the
when she has low
lane.
mana.
Yeah, she should either be out of the lane. You should have gotten a flash and at least blown the TP. So these are the little advantages that you got to think about, other than just the kill, right? Because right now, I would say you're losing the lane overall because you're not
I agree.
actually pressuring her. Yeah.
And I suck at last hitting as well, but it's fine.
I mean, whatever. I'm not everything is a critique. It's just more like I think
Yeah.
in the sense of how this lane is going, I actually think you're not like pushing any advantages. Yeah. Okay. That was pretty good. Cool. Nice. Going for more.
Very balanced Viego moment there.
Cool.
We don't talk about that either.
That's fine. I mean, as long
Yeah,
as
I know.
as long as she doesn't step up to stop your recall, that's the most important thing. Okay, so you bought. What
I
did
don't
you
know.
buy?
I was just feeling like a refillable pot this game. I was like, oh, let's just get the refillable.
Okay.
Because I was like, I'm so tired of getting poked. I just want to get a refillable.
I'm not like refillable's fine. As long as you got the core items that you wanted, which it looks like you did, right? Like you got your berserkers. I don't know particularly about the crit cloak. I think it's okay.
What's it?
Oh, nice.
I don't know. I just want to spend all my money, you know.
Yeah.
I was quite lucky.
I don't call it luck because you made the decision to go to the play
That's so true.
instead of running to lane. So you got yourself those kills, which is good.
That was dumb there when I went through the brush. I should have just gone round, but I was kind of tunnel vision.
Okay, so let's back it up. Let's go to after the double kill, right? Let's go back. Yep, and then press play here. Well, first question:
Don't know if I need to
why
flash
did
that.
you flash? just
I got a
wondering.
bit worried. I was like, no, he's gonna get away. I need to flash Q.
Okay. Well, you had your third Q up, so
Yeah.
you didn't have to flash it. That's okay. I think that just comes from making sure you're paying attention to which Q is up. Yes, I would not recommend going through the brush given where your wave is at, right? And the fact that you just burnt your ultimate.
Yeah.
Syndra, on the other hand, I believe she didn't ult in that fight. I don't think she did.
Me. I probably watch it. Now I'm looking at my refillable.
Maybe she did. I actually didn't notice.
I don't think she does.
It wouldn't make sense, but oh, she does.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, she is.
All right. So here your third Q is up. Anyways, so okay, fine. So she doesn't have ultimate, so maybe it's fine. You could walk through this brush. That's a good pink ward. I agree with that choice.
Yeah, pixel brush, pink ward.
Do you know why I agree though?
Yeah, because
Tell
it
me
sees
why.
like all of this bit, and it also sees the river. So like there's like it's a very efficient ward. You know, I see a lot of places where you can come from.
Yeah. So the pixel ward is always a good brush to ward, but mainly why I agree is the mind game here. So here's the mind game, right? So Kane just went top with Garen and fought over Rift, right? There's two ways to think about it. One, you can assume Kane's an idiot and he might actually come right back to this Rift Herald. Because what is the actual good play? Is Dragon up? No, Dragon's up in 3 minutes. There's no Dragon up, right? I actually thought Dragon was up for some reason. When did they take Dragon? I must have missed that. So obviously 3 minutes ago. Okay. Well, I completely goofed then. Okay, never mind. So the reason I think it's good is because Dragon is down, he's going to come back to this Rift.
Yeah.
So that's why I agreed. Okay, anyways. Continue. So what's your game plan? I think is what I wanted to ask you this whole time. Yeah. What are you thinking about doing?
I don't know. I'm just so happy I got a double kill.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just like, I don't know. I don't even have a game plan. I'm just playing.
Got it. Yeah, I can tell. Um, so what's kind of the next thing that you need to think about for Yone? Like what's his strength? Like what's his win condition? What's your team's win
Items.
condition?
Um, our team. We have a super scaly comp, so I think probably Drake's would be better than Herald.
Okay.
And
Um,
I think we have.
go ahead.
I don't know if I'm Yone, I want like lots of money. I want gold. I want my items because I think
Right.
he scales really well with items.
Right. So you want your items, right? So
Yeah.
what are you looking for? Are you looking for skirmishes? Are you looking to continue this 1v1? Are
I
you
just want to
looking
continue the
to
1v1, I think.
Okay, why?
Because Yone's like a, he's an anime sword boy, so obviously he's like good in the 1v1. He just like if I'm skirmishing with no ult, actually I have ult, but I feel like their comp is probably better than our comp at skirmishing,
Okay.
even though they have Syndra. But I don't know. I just feel like I
hmm.
can beat Syndra in the lane more consistently than I can like win a skirmish.
Okay. So here's where kind of your game plan becomes more important in the sense beyond just the kills and the CS and
Yeah.
all that, because now it's more like it becomes more unconstructive, right? You're kind of starting to transition into slowly into the mid game. So
Yeah.
what is your plan going into the mid game?
Go bot and farm.
Okay. So, all right. So let's play it out again. I guess what I'm trying to get at here is that um, you have your ultimate coming up. You just got 2 kills. Are you planning ahead? Right. Like to me, it doesn't feel like you're planning ahead, and
I
that's
don't
what I'm
think I'm
trying to
planning
ask
ahead.
you. That yeah.
What do you think I should be like planning for here?
That's a good question. What
So
should you be? I'm going to throw it back at you first because now you have
Okay.
time to think about it, right? As you're standing here thinking about it, because my job as a coach is to give you the tool, right?
Yeah.
So as an individual, you have time to think about it. What do you think is the most important thing coming up?
Probably the Herald.
Okay, I agree. So what should you be doing here?
I mean, like in an ideal world, I guess I just like shove it, get prio, and then help my Viego do the Herald. But I
That
don't
sounds
think I
like a
have
game
the
plan, man.
resources for
That
that.
sounds like a great game plan to me, right?
I mean, I guess, but like, I feel like
Yeah.
I don't have enough health though. Like she's gonna
Well,
kill me.
now you don't have enough health because you didn't have a game plan. If you go back 20 seconds,
Oh, that's because I got Look here, I see. Yeah,
where's your
this
lane
is when I even
stay?
after I got chunked.
Even after that, now what can you do? You could signal to Viego, hey, like, clear your red, let's go to Rift. Let's just do it.
Okay, yeah. I think when I play Yone, I'm too focused on like myself. I've got like the anime protagonist like syndrome,
Yeah. So that's why I'm asking you, like, transitioning into the mid game, what are your win conditions? How does your team win? What are things that are important, right? So Rift
Yeah, yeah.
Herald is something to consider as an accelerator, right? So you said that Yone needs gold, he needs items. So Rift Herald is a way to accelerate yourself to those items, right? Because plates are still up. You could get 700 gold, maybe even more, from that Rift Herald crash if you like set yourself up to use it in mid, right? So like
Uh-huh.
so and part of it is also a psychology game, right? You're playing buddy with your jungler, so chances are he might even say, "I got 2 kills mid. You help me get Rift. Let's just use Rift mid." You know, it's like a
Yeah, yeah,
double.
yeah, yeah.
It's like a double play. The other thing is you just got 2 kills. So, I mean, I think like it's okay to chill, go spend that gold, and figure out how you want to utilize that gold, right? Because the next thing then is Dragon. Maybe you can look bot with your next ultimate. I don't think Syndra's interacting very much. So, anyways, that's what I was thinking about. I wanted to ask you about is like, what are the options you're considering?
Okay, yeah.
Because now what? Like, you're not really doing anything.
Well, like, cause I didn't have a plan. I've like taken some bad trades, and now I can't have a plan.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing I wanted to see if you noticed is you've had a blue buff this whole time, right? So what does that
even
mean?
do? Does it give you ability haste? I think.
Yeah, it does. You
I
have
know
10,
it gives you mana regen, but I don't have any
10
mana.
ability haste right now. You can see it on your bottom left.
Is that big? Is that a lot?
There's a little button, or there's a little number 10 on the...
Yeah, I can see it down
yeah.
there, and like here, but like.
So
wait,
what is that?
How much is like 10 ability haste? Like, is that like 1 second? That obviously not 1 second. Is how like, how do I know how like good that is?
The way I think about it is like ability haste is double the percentage, so it's like 5% essentially. So 5% off of your cooldown. So like if your ultimate is 120 seconds, right? What's like 0.95 times 120? 114. So it'll be up 6 seconds, right? I think Syndra's ultimate at rank 1 is also 120 seconds. So that means you have like a 6 to 7 second window where you have an ultimate and she doesn't.
Okay, yeah.
Something to think about if that's what you wanted to play for. So like, what you could have been doing is a couple things, right? Resetting this wave, go spend your money, or you could be pathing towards Herald instead of just extending this laning phase.
Okay.
Yeah. How would you rate that ultimate?
I give it a 6 because
okay,
it lets me play the game a little bit more. But I really I should have waited for my abilities because I could have killed it if I had my E and my W there.
Yeah, I actually rate it closer to maybe a 4. Mainly because your ignite is coming up in 20 seconds. You didn't wait for your E. And at this point, I think she also has ultimate. So you kind of went in at a risky time, I would say, without the intention of killing her. And now, you won't have that ultimate for the Herald.
Yeah, okay.
If that was an option, if that was how your Viego decided to play. Anyways, is this all making sense? Like how I'm thinking about the game? Yeah, okay, cool.
Like the game plans, yeah.
Right. So
I definitely die here.
Yeah, I think she has ult.
See, yeah, that's because I used my ult there, that's why I died.
Yeah, she knows you don't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We don't need to look at my CS, it doesn't matter.
Arguably,
I think I must have like...
I'm actually gonna say...
It does matter a lot.
Especially when you're playing someone like Yone, where gold is the most important thing. You need to make sure that you're getting good CS.
I must have mishit about like 20 minions, to be fair. But yeah, I should be on that 80 by now. Right. Especially seeing as she's been on 1 mana for half the laning phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, concepts that I think I want you to think about for next time and practice is, like, are you executing towards a game plan? And just having any plan is better than no plan. So beyond just the 1v1, like realizing, yes, I want to kill them 1v1, but how can I actually kill them 1v1 is an important question to answer, right? And then making sure that, like, you're thinking about, what is my jungler doing? So right now, right, why does this suck? This sucks, right?
Because I'm... Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do anything. I can't help him, and he's gone to the Herald, yeah.
You can't help him. Syndra has blue. She just got a kill. She might be as strong as you, if not stronger, because now she's level 10, you're level 9. I thought Kayn was going to come back to Herald sooner, so Kayn's probably on his way there, and you don't have ultimate to help.
Yeah.
And if you let that cannon crash into the tower, that's a plate for her. So it snowballs, right? Like the decision to ult there randomly has effects downstream.
This game is so hard. Jesus Christ.
well, here's the thing, right? Like all of these things are minor, right? They're not gonna cause you to lose the game, right? Like none of these things
When you put them all together,
individually.
yeah. But when
But
they all come together, it's like, yeah.
exactly. When they come together, and let's say you're a good player, like a better player, like as you get better, the less
Yeah.
of those things that I can point out. Because
Because they've come like
your
muscle memory, I feel.
right, your muscle memory, your baseline will automatically
Yeah.
solve for a lot of those things.
Yeah, yeah.
So you always want to be thinking about what are my options? What are my options? What is my game plan?
That's why I think League's so hard, because like it's like a time game. You have to like play the game a lot to like genuinely. Because even if you like understand if you watch like a million videos and you understand everything, you have to play the game so much as well to like truly understand it on like a deeper level, I feel.
I think that League is 40% knowledge and 60% execution.
Yeah.
And even if like you have knowledge to a certain point, there's an infinite amount of knowledge, right? Because then there's all the math. There's the math, there's the matchups, there's knowing exactly like what does my matchup play for, like how do I win, like what do I consider a win, like the depth is endless at that point. So the main concepts that I think are the biggest things that I would work on are body language, 1. 2 is having a plan, making sure that like you're bouncing when you want to bounce, you're pushing when you want to push. You're not only thinking about the 1v1, but you're thinking about if I ult here, what happens to the next 2 minutes that it's down?
I think that's what I need to improve on the most. I think probably my like game plan, like what I'm actually thinking about doing next. I feel like I'm just playing the game. Like I'm not actually like thinking about what's going to happen as a result of something.
Yeah, and especially since you're someone who wants to get better and you want to like climb and whatnot, the more you autopilot, the less you're gonna realize these things. And so my
Yeah.
recommendation as like moving forward is like play, 1 to 2 to 3 games and really like dissect it. Like pay attention to every detail. And then if you're
Yeah.
once you
Okay,
get
yeah.
tired, go autopilot. Like do whatever the hell you want, because autopiloting, as long as you're learning or like experiencing different things, like a part of it is also getting a feel for it, right? So when you're in autopilot mode,
yeah.
when
You're
you're in
just like
autopilot mode, try a different champion. Play some Syndra.
okay, yeah.
Just be like, oh shit, he didn't explode when I pressed R. Wow, this is actually quite
Oh
late.
yeah.
Like you would get that extra, even if you're not like paying attention to every detail, you at least will learn something about like Syndra, for example.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I would split my time. You don't always have to grind, but when you are grinding, make sure that you're doing it like with intent. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, now you're strong enough to just do that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking in my head. I was like, Yone's so broken. Yeah, I've been playing Kiana for so long, but I was like, oh, she's so bad, I can't play her. Well, she's not bad, but I don't know. I just felt like with the patch like 13.21, everyone's so tanky. I was like, oh, no, I can't.
Kiana is very hard, I would say, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because I'm like, she's so hard. Like I'm doing like everything, and I'm like, and then like it's the reward is like so minor for like how hard she is. I feel in this, I feel like she's a high-low champion, because I feel like she has like a team fighting ult. She's like she's like a hard champion. So I feel like she's more centered around having a strong team that can really execute on what you're doing.
Did I
so I feel like if I'm playing...
Did I ever send you the link? It's for u.gg by any chance? Let me share my screen. Let's pause for a minute, because I think this would be helpful.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, let's stop the replay. Let me see. So